Hello, hello, hello. I am your spiritual transformational life coach, Latricia Booker, here with Kingdom Business, where we are empowered, where we heal, we get delivered, and we get free. We know who we are. We elevate our minds and our spirits and raise and expand our consciousness to ultimately walk in our true divine purpose and power, and that is the truth of who God has created us to be. Kingdom people, we are. We are history makers. We are world changers. We are dream successors. We are wealth generators. We are manifestors. We are curse breakers. And we are transformers. More than meets the eye. That's right, Kingdom people. We are. Yes, we are. Thank you so much, Kingdom people, for everything that you do here on Kingdom Business. Thank you for viewing my videos. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes, the shares, all the financial contributions to my channel, and all of the seeds that you sow into me and my ministry. Kingdom people, thank you so very much. It is very much appreciated. Thank you. And so without further ado, as you already know, and if you don't know, now you know, I am here to drop this beat, this word, this message. Yeah. My ear itching, Kingdom people. My ear itch. So, Kingdom people, this is a very interesting topic or subject matter today. And even the way it came about is very, very interesting. I'm going to take my time with this one, Kingdom people. Let me take my time, Kingdom people. So what had happened was, over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, today is Monday. It started Saturday. You know, different things that I was doing, different things that I was taking care of. I'll say it like this. We had a huge snow, well, we had got some snow where I live. There was a snowfall. It was a nice amount of snow. And just in different instances, just moving around and, you know, going from point A to point B, you know, moving cars, just doing different things in that manner. Even in instances where I didn't necessarily need the help or need any assistance, what would happen was people would come to assist me. And each time they came to assist me, I was very well aware that God sent them and that they were angels. Also, they were men. And I was noticing it. I kept noticing it. And I was very aware not only that God sent them, but they were angels. They just had angelic presence about them. Just even the way that they appeared. It was just, you know how you can look at somebody and you just know that they're an angel. You just know. And I just intuitively knew or just was able to discern or maybe God was showing me. I was just very well aware that these men were angels. And even like I said, in some instances, I didn't necessarily wasn't in need, but they came along to assist me, and God would say, let them help you. Even though, you know, it wasn't a big deal. God would just say, let them, allow them. But again, I was very well aware each time God sent them and they were angels. Now, on Sunday, what had happened was, I was listening to a pastor friend of mine minister. Now, while he was ministering, I detected an angel. Shouts out to you, Pastor Chad. I just picked up on his angelic presence, which I already knew, but in that moment of listening to him and watching him, I seen it. Like an angel was before me. I had already discerned that he was a walking Jesus, and I've even told him so. But in this moment, I seen angel. I knew that he was an angel. And not did I only know that he was an angel, I knew that he was an angel sent by God. And just from different things that had transpired between us, or just how God used him in my life, how he's been a blessing to me, just ministering to me and just being helpful in different spiritual matters. God showed me in that moment. I seen it. He was an angel, and God sent him into my life as my angel. Okay, so I'm noticing all this. I'm like, okay. So what had happened was Sunday evening, I kept hearing the alarm going off in where I reside presently, temporarily, very temporarily. And so upon checking it, seeing what was going on, I realized one of the smoke alarms were going off for no reason. Nothing was on, nothing was smoking. Not in my house anyway. Just for no reason, it was just going off. And so eventually I decided, Holy Spirit let me call 911. But in this time of waiting, I knew, when I recognized that the alarm was going off, I knew immediately that there was a message. I knew. That's a message. That's a sign. Anytime I hear sirens and alarms going off, of any kind, even if it's a ambulance passing, a police, it's always a message to me in one way, shape, form, or another. So I knew it was a message. It was a sign. So I'm like, okay. Let me add this, because this is so significant. The people who were sent to my home to check out this detector, there were 3 men, firemen. I'm pretty sure. And so, of course, they had their carbon monoxide detector, because that's what they were coming to. I didn't know. When I called, I said, I don't know what it is. It's nothing smoking. I don't know if it's the carbon monoxide detector. I told them, I don't know what it is, but it's going off for no reason. And I had experienced carbon monoxide before, a couple of years ago, where I had to remove myself from a residence. But I smelt it. I was able to detect it. And it happened a couple of times in this place. And of course, eventually I left. But they were all messages to me to go. And there was some things going on there where I had to get out. So anyway, the point is, these 3 men that came, I just heard 3. He sent them in 3s. Wow. So these 3 men were all angels, and I was very well aware of it. I was very well aware of it, and I knew God had sent them. They were very helpful. They disabled the alarm because it wasn't a kind that batteries go in. The batteries were permanently installed or whatever. So they disabled it, and they just kind of was hanging around like they didn't want to leave. And it was cool. It was not, didn't feel threatened or anyway. They was very kind and angelic. And I was very well aware that God sent them, that they were angels. Now, what am I saying? All throughout the whole weekend, God kept sending angels to me, to my aid, to assist me, to help me in different areas for different reasons. And I was very well aware. Okay? Now, remember, angels, and they were all men. Now, let's go to this alarm. The message. I'm like, okay, finally, Holy Spirit, what is it? Lay it on me. What's up? Because I knew it was, God was saying something, that was happening for a reason. It was to speak to me. So I put my ear to the mouth of the Lord so I can hear what the Spirit of the Lord had to say to me. So anyway, what he first gave me is that it's not even really about you. And he went on to show me, and I kind of knew that already. I knew it. So I'm like, okay, I'm listening. So Holy Spirit started showing me, I need you to remove yourself from here, from where I reside. Now, I'm already in process of doing that. So I have a little more time to go. I'm on the lease where I'm at. So I was kind of trying to, you know, use that time. I almost was out of there a couple of months ago, but God turned some things around and told me, just hold on, you know, just follow me now. In fact, when I was almost on my way, he moved me in that kind of a way to do that. But I don't want to go too much into that, but things transpired in a way where he said, hold on. But I was almost gone already before my lease was up, and I was just willing to pay at another place, and I was just willing to do whatever was needed to be done, because that's just how much I knew I needed to get out of where I was and just don't want to be there. So anyway, I'm okay. But God is saying, you know, he was like on me like, you got to go. Now, again, I already know this. We already know it. I'm already in process. I'm already working on it. It's already in motion. But he just started speaking to me about how his wrath is upon, I'm going to say, some people in the vicinity that have not been the kindest towards me. He brought to my attention the story of the man who had the two angels at his home. Let me read it to you. It's Genesis 19:1-22. And where the man, he offered the two angels to come and stay. The men angels, let me point that out. They were both men angels, to come and stay at his home. And then these heathens, and that's what God said they are, heathens. Because this is the thing. Heathens, scripturally, speaks of people that do not acknowledge God. They don't acknowledge God at all. And so they're heathens. They're very destructive, and yeah, they're just reckless. And so I'm going to read Genesis 19:1-22. And that's why I said I'm going to take my time, because it's going to take a while. I can't just run through this, because this is very significant. And I do have my Bible. I brought the book today. I couldn't write all those chapters down. I mean, I could have, but anyway. So this is a story, by the way, of Sodom and Gomorrah being destroyed. So it says, let me put on my glasses, Kingdom People, so I can see better. So I won't be straining. Okay. That evening, the two angels came to the entrance of the city of Sodom. Lot was sitting there, and when he saw them, he stood up to meet them. Then he welcomed them and bowed with his face to the ground. My lords, he said, come to my home to wash your feet and be my guests for the night. You may then get up early in the morning and be on your way again. Oh, no, they replied. We'll spend the night out here in the city square. Now, this is Lot talking to the two angels. And the angels replied, no, we're going to just stay in the city square. Lot was inviting the two angels to stay at his home for the night. So, but Lot insisted. So at last they went home with him. Lot prepared a feast for them, complete with fresh bread made without yeast. And they ate. But before they retired for the night, all the men of Sodom, young and old, came from all over the city and surrounded the house. They shouted to Lot, where are the two men who came to spend the night with you? Bring them out to us so we can have sex with them. So, first I want to point out how these were two angels in that house, in Lot's house, two male angels. Then it says that men, young and old, surrounded Lot's house, saying, send out that man so that we can have sex with them. So these are men saying, send the two men angels out so we can have sex with them. Okay, let me keep going. Just keep that in mind. So Lot stepped outside to talk to them, shutting the door behind him. Please, my brothers, he begged, don't do such a wicked thing. Look, I have two virgin daughters. Let me bring them out to you. and you can do with them as you wish. But please leave these men alone, for they are my guests and are under my protection. Okay, so let me stop there for a minute. This is what God pointed out to me. He brought this story to my attention, and he started telling me, he reminded me of a time. Okay, I have some people around me, they're neighbors. Some time ago, God pointed out to me some things that they were on towards me. You know, they were trying to get me. And it did involve sex. Now, these are married people, but what does that mean? So back then, you know, God showed me it was what it was. I moved around it. I don't really think of it anymore. I still avoid them because I just automatically know that they're up to no good where I'm concerned, even when they seem like they lying low. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. So I can remember God saying to me, he brought it to my attention one day, not long ago, and he said, he brought all that to me and said they were totally out of line. And he pointed out to me, and then what had happened was I had been getting emails. I had received emails, and they were sexual in nature concerning kingdom business. People were sending me emails, and of course I didn't respond. I don't even see them anymore if they come through, because I have someone else taking care of that before they get to me. So God pointed out to me that that was very inappropriate, because I'm not on here speaking about anything sexual in nature. Clearly, this is kingdom business. And I'm not, so it was just inappropriate for them to even be coming to me in that way. And God kind of pointed out to me, he was, you know, he was angry, because he was just pointing out that's very inappropriate. And going back to these people around me, same thing. He pointed out it's inappropriate, because if you're going about your business, you're doing what you're doing, it's clear that you're not into that, or that's not what you on, and you're going to still try to make someone be on what you on, it's inappropriate. And then for me, it's the thing of, I'm on God's mission, whether I'm communicating that to you or not. 9 times out of 10, these people in particular, they know, because they will listen. So they had some indication of whatever. So knowing that, and you're still trying to do that, God said highly inappropriate. Okay, that ties in here with, these were angels. And regardless of whether these people recognized that they were angels or not was irrelevant, because that what they did, it is relevant, because they knew, they probably didn't necessarily know they were angels, but they seen the essence of them, which is why they were drawn and attracted to them in the first place. And it's a thing of, you see something good, something angelic even, something godly, and that's what you want to do. And mind you, these were heathens, clearly. These were heathens, which means they don't acknowledge God. So even though these angels were angels, these men were angels, they don't acknowledge God, so they couldn't even acknowledge that these were angelic presences, even though they were. All they could do was resort to, we want to have sex with them. Mind you, these are men, old and young, basically saying, hey, send out those 2 angel men so we can have sex with them. Men on men. I ain't going to go too far into that, but that just goes to show you how reckless and inappropriate people can be. Now, let me keep going. Stand back, they shouted. This fellow came to town as an outsider, and now he's acting like our judge. We'll treat you far worse than those other men. And they lunged toward Lot to break down the door. But the 2 angels reached out, pulled Lot into the house, and bolted the door. Then they blinded all the men, young and old, who were at the door of the house, so they gave up trying to get inside. So the angels protected Lot, because they was trying to push up in there to get the 2 angels. The angels pulled Lot in and bolted the door, blinded the men, young and old, that was out there trying to get to the angels. Meanwhile, the angels questioned Lot. Do you have any other relatives here in the city? They asked. Get them out of this place. your son-in-laws, sons, daughters, or anyone else, for we are about to destroy this city completely. The outcry against this place is so great it has reached the Lord, and he has sent us to destroy it. So Lot rushed out to tell his daughter's fiancés, quick, get out of the city. The Lord is about to destroy it. But the young men thought he was only joking. At dawn the next morning, the angels became insistent. Hurry, they said to Lot. Take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here. Get out right now, or you will be swept away in the destruction of the city. When Lot still hesitated, the angel seized his hand and the hands of his wife and the 2 daughters and rushed them to safety outside the city, for the Lord was merciful. When they were safely out of the city, one of the angels ordered, run for your lives and don't look back or stop anywhere in the valley. Escape to the mountains or you will be swept away. Oh no, my Lord, Lot begged. You have been so gracious to me and saved my life, and you have shown such great kindness, but I cannot go to the mountains. Listen to this. I cannot go to the mountains. Disaster would catch up to me there, and I will soon die. See, there is a small village nearby. Please let me go there instead. Don't you see how small it is? Then my life will be saved. All right, the angel said. I regret your request. I will not destroy the little village, but hurry. Escape to it, for I can do nothing until you arrive there. This explains why the village was known as Zor, which means little place. Okay. So let me start with this. The angels blinded those men that were after Lot, because Lot would not give up the angels. Then, okay, this is what God is saying, because this is what he gave me personally. I'm already in process of getting up out of there, but God, the reason why those alarms went off, because God was showing me he was talking to me about the urgency of me getting out of there. The urgency. In other words, he's saying to me, you might have to leave before you originally intended. Or, I need you to get out of there. What he showed me is I'm about to slaughter them. And now here it talks about destroying the city. God is saying to some of you, you have to remove yourself from where you are, whether it be a place you live, a workplace, or relationships. This is specifically what God has given me. And I personally have had to do all 3. Now, these places or these people have been continuously doing evil. And it says the evil upon this place is so much that God is saying, I have to destroy it. So what's happening is he's dealing with some places and some people because they have been continuously evil. And then they came up on you. And what God has given me is that many of you are an angel. Many of you are an angel. And these people have just been very inappropriate where you're concerned towards you. And even when God said stop, they kept going. Just like those men, old and young, outside of Lot's house, saying send them men out so we can have sex with them. They just kept going. They kept going when they should have stopped. And because of that, I'm hearing the wrath of God is upon them. I'm hearing damnation is upon them. God is getting ready to deal with them. And you need to remove yourself. Again, some of these are places where you're at, workplaces and or where you reside or something like that. Maybe even something else. But these are literal places where you have to remove yourself from, no longer go there, no longer live there, whatever it is. Because God is saying, I need you to get up out of there because I'm finna handle that. Because God is saying he's fed up with these people and their evil ways. And then they had the nerves, the audacity to roll up on God's angel. his angels, his chosen ones. And be persistent like that. And yes, some of these situations are where these certain people they were lusting after you, wanting sex with you. Very perverted, even though they knew you were not an option. Even though they knew you were, I want to say, hands off. Like, no, where she goes. God was even giving them other options, like go over here, go over there, do whatever you want with them, because it's people out there that's down. Even though Lot was giving him his daughters, do you see how deep that go? He was giving these men their daughters, their virgin daughters, his own daughters, to protect these angels. And that's how God sees us. He's protecting us. He's protecting us, his angels, his chosen ones, from these ones. And he's saying to these heathens, hands off. Not this one, not my child, not my angels, not my chosen ones, not my kingdom people. And they kept going until God had to blind them. Or something like that. The scriptures say that the angels blinded them, but God, something happened. But the problem is, they would not stop when God told them to. And for that, they're about to be destroyed, kingdom people. And I keep hearing slaughtered. Slaughtered. That's what all I kept hearing this morning is slaughtered. God keeps saying, I'm about to slaughter them. Now, the thing is, too, how Lot said, I can't go there because it would catch up to me. So can I go to that little village? And they said, yeah, we'll grant you that. What God gave me concerning this is, he's strategically moving you. He is strategically navigating you around so that these kind of things cannot follow you anymore. So you won't have to experience anything like this anymore. And if you're anything like me, this is something that I've been experiencing over and over and over for quite some time. And this last time around, I'm like, God, what's going on? And what's up? Now, let me say this too. It's not that you're in the wrong place and you're not where you're supposed to be. Because like I said, for me, well, I didn't say this yet. God personally sent me to these places. But he sent me there for a reason. Because again, God has to bring light to dark places. But at the same time, when God says, no, not her, tell them to stop, and they keep going, some people just got to get what's coming to them. And so the thing is, the way God is, you have to be very strategic, or I'm not going to say, well, you do have to be strategic, but God is giving you divine strategy as to what to do, how to do it, even where to go, how to go. Because where he's sending you, where you're going, it's not going to be any of that anymore. Like Lot said, he don't want to go to that one city because he's like, oh no, that's going to catch up with me. He's like, can I go over there? They said, yeah. So what I'm hearing from that is God is giving you a way of escape. God is giving you a way of escaping experiencing that ever again. Now, we know that God is God and he can do anything, but the idea here is to listen to his instructions, listen to the moves that he's telling you to do, and follow every single one, just how he tell you to, because he knows what he's doing, and he's putting you somewhere where you're not gonna have to experience no crap like that anymore. Okay, kingdom people? And that goes from where you live, if that be you, to where you work, if that be you, or even if you done business with certain people, if that be you, and relationships, if that be you. All across the board, God is saying, you're not getting ready to have to keep dealing with these things and these people and these circumstances. However, I want you to get on up out of there because I'm about to deal with them. That's what he's saying. And he's saying it's an urgency that you go. Let me tell you why it's the urgency. Because you the hold up, kingdom people. You the hold one, angels. You're the hold up. God has not destroyed them. God has not slaughtered them. God has not done some things that he gonna do because you're still there. So he needs you to go because he's ready. God said he's tired and he's fed up with these people and these places and these whatever it is. Because even in the places, it's people that's the problem. So, you to hold up. Not saying that you're not leaving when you should be, unless that is the case for you. And if that be you, God is saying it's time to go. So let him give you the instructions. Let him show you the route and get on up out of there. Again, whether it be a place or people. Either way, or both. Whatever it is, he needs you to go because he finna handle that. And it's an urgency because he being ready. God being ready. But see, part of what it is that time that was given was time for them to correct themselves. And they still haven't. They had to be shut down. They didn't correct themselves. God had to shut them down. And now he's saying he's going to slaughter them. And so he needs you to follow his instructions and come on and come on. And again, it's not that you're not following his instructions. It's not that you're somewhere where you ain't supposed to be. But he's just saying it's very urgent that you get on up out of there because he has some business to take care of with them ones. Because they were very inappropriate. They have been very inappropriate, very out of line. And I'm hearing God saying, I can literally hear God saying, how dare they? And so it ain't about you having to do anything with a concern. In fact, you haven't. You haven't for many of these, except for avoiding them and protect yourself and just stay away and kept yourself separated. Just being aware and moving cautiously where these people are concerned so you can stay focused on the purpose of God and what you're doing. And a lot of that, what you experienced was to derail you from the purposes of God, of course. But you kept the faith. You kept focus. You did what you were supposed to do. And these people, God is literally saying right now, they didn't stop on their own. God had to stop them. And that's where the problem come in at. It wasn't a choice that they made. And because of that. So anyway, kingdom people. I'm going to let that rest right there. Okay? If you like this video and or if it resonates with you, please go ahead and just give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so by clicking on that red subscribe button. What's up, kingdom people? If you haven't subscribed to my channel, what? Then click on that bell right next to that subscribe button so that you can get a notification every time I upload a new video. If you're interested in any of the services that I presently offer, you can find all the information right down below in this description box. And yeah, kingdom people, if you would like to comment on this video, go ahead and send me an email at kingdomtrish@gmail.com, as my comments are closed to keep the channel free of contamination. I was trying to say condemnation, but some... Anyway, to keep the channel free from contamination. And I keep hearing condemnation. But that ain't even for y'all, kingdom people. That's what these people are literally receiving. Condemnation. That's what I'm hearing. They're being condemned. And you know how we don't get condemned, those of us who are in Christ Jesus, but we will get convicted and corrected. I'm literally hearing, no, these ones are getting condemned. And you know, God, kingdom people, pray for them. Pray for these people's souls. Because they need it. They need it. Pray for their souls, regardless of what it is. Yeah, just if you can find it in your heart, or if God so leads you, pray for them. You know, we have to pray for these ones because they're just, yeah. And it's not good. God, what I kept getting when God was saying slaughter, I don't even know what that means, but I just know. It's like, whatever it is, I kept hearing, it's not good. It's just not good. It's not looking good for them. So anyway, kingdom people, before I got interrupted by my own thoughts, God said, no, that was me talking. Okay, kingdom people, where was I? I love you all so very much. So very much. Thank you all for being here with me. I really do appreciate you all. And so, yeah, kingdom people, with that being said, Much love, light, and peace, and many blessings to you all. Kingdom people, that is my time. So, Jesus girl, she gotta go. She out.